Hello guys, this is Elisa here, and today I'm gonna be talking about a topic that I'm really interested in. Uh, Today's video is VR to Tarot in the City, and the topic is Has Tarot Become Sanatized? As you can see. Now, Martin came with this video a couple days ago, maybe a week, I'm not sure, but if you haven't watched the video, it will be down in the description box, so you can go and watch it. I have my notes, so let's begin. In his original video, he made some great points, and yeah, you should definitely watch it. I really like his channel, and I think he's one of the most honest people on TarotTube, and he starts some great discussions also. He talks about how the original idea has been stripped down in those newer decks that we see coming like almost every day now. Every day there is a new tarot deck that is being published, and he mentions that those newer decks are just pretty pictures and nothing more, and I really how to say, I agree with what he says, and I want to share with you my personal view and opinion on this topic. And yeah, so to be honest, and I have said this in previous videos, I find most of the newer decks really shallow with no substance and pretty much useless for me personally. Okay, I'll move this. For me personally. And another point that I want to talk about is that I find that it's more and more common for people, artists, who have never studied tarot or in reality don't have experience reading the cards, creating decks and selling them, and the prices are astronomical. I'm referring to the indie market. Now, I don't own any indie decks. It's a personal choice because I don't think that the price that you are asked to pay equals the value that you give. And this is because the point that I just made, that a lot of those indie decks are made by creators that have never read cards or have never really studied tarot. So I don't see the point of me getting a deck that is so pricey and I don't get anything from. The only indie deck that I had is the Sasarai Beetle. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, and I know a lot of people love this deck, but for me it did nothing, so I sold it away. And to be honest, I've also said this, I've got rid of all of my mass market decks that are like this, that are soulless, or that are copies, clones of either the RWS or the Thought. So yeah. What else? I feel obliged to say that I'm not gatekeeping. This is my personal opinion, and of course anyone can do, sell, buy, whatever, but I think it's important to talk about these things and the effect they have on the tarot as a whole, and especially the people that are just starting their tarot journeys. For me, and I think you'll find that to be true, tarot is a system. Let me move those away. And for you to have a visual, I will be flipping cards. This is the RWS, the plastic version by US Games. It's very bright and colorful, but I always have an RWS or a toad near me. So the tarot is a system. It is a symbolic language, and it is the book of life. Like, yeah, tarot is the book of life for me. It is supposed to reflect every aspect of the human experience, the good, the bad, and it doesn't matter of your background, if you're on the spiritual or on the psychological camp, the system is there for a reason. And in my opinion, those newer decks that are soulless and they do nothing because, I don't know, light washing the images and straying so much from the original symbolism that you can find in the RWS or in the Toad system, it just misses the point. Like, tarot illustrates life, and life is not just fluffy and easy. Sometimes life sucks and it's really hard, and we need to see this in our tarot decks. Like, yeah, for example, the Death card. Death is a part of life. Transformation is a part of life. And I really don't like it when they switch the names of the major arcanas and, yeah, they just light wash the whole system. And we know from psychology that our subconscious mind communicates through symbols, and that's why I find the tarot so good, because its language is a symbolic language, and it's so effective it helps us understand ourselves and our experiences better. And in my opinion, these two, because yeah, the cards are just twos, they get useless when they're stripped away, when they have no substance and you cannot find any symbolism in them. Like, it just became useless, in my opinion. And to be honest, I'm an artist. I really appreciate beautiful things, and that's why I'm going to be talking about the Margaret Peterson next, because substance and beauty are, you can have both in the same object. Like this deck, it is really beautiful, very aesthetically pleasing, but the author, she's a reader herself. She dedicated her life to studying the tarot and working with the cards, and you can see this in the deck itself. Like, it's deep and it's beautiful in the same time, so you can achieve a symbiosis between those two things. It doesn't have to be just pretty pictures for like eye candy. What else? Yeah, it doesn't need to be one or the other. It can be both beautiful and deep at the same time. But decks created by people with no prior knowledge are just pretty pictures and nothing else. They're not real tarot deck, in my opinion, because a deck is here to teach us, to help us understand ourselves and our world better. And it makes me really sad that our whole culture is all about easy, quick fixes. It doesn't work like this, people. Like, nothing in life is easy, nothing in life is quick, and if you have a problem, like, what I'm trying to say is, it's not always just rainbows and sunshine. It's sometimes really dark, and the darkness helps us evolve and learn. And we have to see both sides of the spectrum in our tarot decks. That's just my opinion. And And I also think if you truly want to read tarot, you have to put in the work, the study, to dedicate time to study the system behind the deck, different spiritual religious practices, to learn a lot about different cultures, to learn about psychology and how our minds function. Like, you have to read literature and have a broader perspective of life itself. It doesn't happen overnight. You cannot become a tarot reader overnight. Or it doesn't, nor it will happen instantly and easy. The teachings are there for a reason, and most newcomers to the tarot, most people that are just starting their journeys, are going to miss so much of the hidden knowledge and learning and discovering the symbolism, simply because the newer decks, they lack this. They lack substance, they lack depth. And I think this is really sad, and I don't know, I don't think it should be like this. I don't think we should support, like, of course you can support whoever you want, but in my opinion we should be a bit more mindful in what we buy and how we go about our purchasing habits and our life in general. So let's go through the top. This is one of my favorite decks, guys. I love it. And again, the author Aleister Crowley, he was deeply misunderstood person and a mystic, but he put the work and he was really knowledgeable. And I'm saying that you have to know your basics to be able to read. Otherwise you're just projecting your bullshit onto the cards. I think that yes, everyone should have and do what they want, of course, but we should be more mindful, really, what we consume. And my opinion and advice is that if you want to read tarot, you should really study it. And this brings me to another point I want to make. And this is about the intuitive readers. I really hate that expression, and especially on social media, when I see someone that is labeling him, herself, or themselves, I don't know, as an intuitive reader. I really hate that expression, and it's because I feel like the people that are using it are simply lazy, and they use it as an excuse not to put in the work that, I don't know, to put the work in behind the learning. And I say this because of the boom of all those TikTok readers that are like, they read your cards and like they flip, and for example you get the 5 of Cups, and we all know that it's not the most pleasant card. Okay, let's demonstrate it with the RWS. Sorry, I wasn't that prepared. So 5 of Cups I set as an example. Okay, we'll deal with the 5 of Coins or Pentacles. So those readers read the cards and they get this card, and of course each card has a light and a shadow aspect, but you cannot say to a person, for example, the question is my ex is going to come back, because that's a more popular question in those circles, I don't know. And you get this card, and the answer most always is yes, they're coming back. Like, hell no, this is not a card that says that your ex is coming back. And my point here is that those readers that say that they're purely intuitive, most of the time they have not studied the cards, they have just picked a deck and they have started reading it, and they just tell what the person wants to hear, or they just, if they read for themselves, it's very likely that no matter what cards show up, they'll see what they want to see, and I think that this is damaging. And that's why I say there is a system behind the cards, because yeah, you cannot just project your bullshit on other people and charge charge money for this. This is not a real reading, in my opinion, and that's why tarot has such a bad name in general, because of all those people that this is just a scam. Like, I cannot say anything. So this video is becoming a rant. I feel like stopping because I'm getting a bit irritated thinking of the subject, and I think I said all that I wanted on the topic. Is it becoming sanitized, and I expressed my opinion on that topic. So the last thing that I want to say is that if you want if you go purely on your intuition when reading without having no knowledge to the system, it's most likely that you're going to see only what you want to see. I've already mentioned this, but I want to say it again because I think it's really important. Yes, intuition. Okay, let's clear what intuition is. Intuition is the sum of our past experience interpreted through our lens. So this is different from everybody, and yeah, I don't think you should do reading only using this. Yes, it is a useful ingredient to the whole reading experience, but it's not the main thing, and it should never be the main thing, because sometimes when you do a reading you can have a block, and it's very, very important to have something, the traditional meanings and the understanding of the symbolism depicted in the cards, to fall back onto. So yeah, I don't think that... Okay, I'm stopping. I don't know what to say. This is all that I wanted to say. So yeah, please let me know down in the comments below what you think, your opinions, and I just want to mention that I'm not gatekeeping. I'm just expressing my opinion. Everyone can do what they want to. They're not entitled. There is no right way. But I think that this is an important discussion and something to think about. So yeah, please let me know what you think, and till the next time.